What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Welcome back for another retro review. This is Falcon Crest season 1, episode 7. So listen, this is the episode we've been kind of waiting for, right? This is the episode where Turner Bates comes back. Now, for y'all who don't remember, Turner Bates was the guy that Emma was hanging out in the vineyard with on the first episode when Jason died. Remember, that's the guy that he was tussling with, and he fell off the little scaffold in the little skywalk situation. And so he's back in town. And what he found out was, curiously, Jason was in a car accident and ran off a cliff. Now, he knows that ain't what happened. So he knows that Angela Channing must have put her little paws up in the sauce because Angela ain't know what really went down and didn't want Emma to be no parts of it. And so he's back in town, and of course he sees Emma as his cash cow. Now, I know I told y'all last episode that Emma was real special and she had a lot going on, but let me be clear. Emma, and somebody put this in my comments, Emma not as dumb as they want her to be. Emma is a little special, but Emma knows a lot more than what she lets on. And I really think she's playing games with this whole what happened to Jason thing. But so Turner, he shows up. And of course, Emma is just so smitten because Emma thinks that she fancies herself in love with this man and that they were going to run off together and have this wonderful life. And I think he might have meant to want to be with Emma if he thought he could control her and get his hands on her money. But clearly it's not, it's not what she thinks it is. Now, Maggie thinks she's pregnant, child. So she's going through the whole episode worried about whether she's pregnant or not. When a woman, one, gets to a certain age, and two, her kids are grown, it's a whole nother situation. When you start talking about trying to start all over again. I mean, her youngest child is Vicky, who's supposed to be 17, but she really looked 30, but another conversation for another day. And she asked Chase, and you can tell that Chase really ain't interested in having another child, but he also knows that is not the answer that he need to give. So, he's supportive and all that good stuff, and she can't get a doctor's appointment for 2 days. So, of course, they got to have this whole 2 days of thinking about whether she's pregnant or not and all that good stuff, child. We'll get there, child. We'll get there. Julia also is a little curious as to what really happened to Jason. She ain't buying the story that Jason ran off and... Oh, shoot. I'm sorry. Hold on. My bad, y'all. She not buying the story that Jason ran off of a cliff. Like, she not buying it. And, so she's trying to talk to Emma to get the story out of Emma. And like I said, I feel like Emma playing games with everybody. Emma playing games. So Turner shows up and he gives Emma the secret signal. They used to have their little secret signal for Emma to sneak out the house. She heard the little secret signal, honey, and she came running. And they ended up going to their little special place, which is the spring house. And now in the last episode, I kept calling it the carriage house, but it's the spring house, okay? So they go down to the spring house, and Turner is basically trying to get her to tell him what happened. He was like, because when I left, Jason was laid out on that vineyard floor. How did he get in his truck and run off of a cliff? Like, how did that whole thing happen? And of course, Emma don't remember. She don't, she's not telling him what he wants to hear. And he's getting upset, but he's playing her. So, they end up having sex, child. They end up making love, honey. And, but he knows that he's trying to get something out of her. Like, he's trying to get some information out of her, and she's just not giving him. She's giving bits and pieces, but she's not giving him enough to really do what it is he's trying to do. But the next morning he gets up and he tells Emma, look, you stay here, I gotta run some errands. And he ends up locking Emma in the spring house while he goes out to run some errands. Now, them errands he was running was for him to call Angela Channing and try to blackmail her. Y'all know Angela is not here for that. Angela ain't about to be blackmailed into shit. First of all, she don't even know what he knows, if he knows anything. Second of all, she not about to be blackmailed into him telling her, or trying to convince her, that Emma then told him what happened on that little, what happened to Uncle Jason, right? Now, in the meantime, they already knew Emma was missing, child. They out there searching the grounds, trying to find Emma. Lance was playing with his little Falcon, honey, and she told Lance put the Falcon away and go find Emma. So Lance is driving around. He rolls up on let me rewind. Vicky and Maggie done got into an argument because Vicky is not here for Maggie being pregnant. She was like, because what you're not about to do is turn me into your babysitter. Because you still going to be out here writing your articles, being I'm every woman, and you going to be, leaving that baby with me by de facto. So no, I do not want a little baby brother or little sister. I am not here for it, and I'm out of here. Now listen. These have got to be two of the most disrespectful children I have ever seen in my life. They just get up and leave whenever they feel like it, and they tell their parents they leaving and that they'll be back when they feel like it, and then ain't never no consequences. Like, they don't never have no fat lips. They don't never have no, I don't see them getting punished. I don't see them getting grounded. Don't no shoes get thrown at their head. Like, I don't understand it. So Vicky went, stomping out the house, talking about something, I'm leaving. I'll be back when I get back. Well, she didn't say all that. I added that extra part, but she did say I'm leaving. So her and Cole are talking when Lance rolls up, and he was like, y'all seen Emma, she done rolled off again. Grandmother's worried. If y'all see her, please send her back. And Vicky was like, ding, 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 ding. He said that they knew that Turner was back because her and Cole were talking about Turner being back. And Vicky was like, Turner, that's Emma's, that's the little boyfriend. That's the little boo thing Emma keeps talking about. So when she found out Emma was missing, she was like, I know where they are. They down there in that spring house. So she was like, I'm going to roll down there and let them know what's going on. So she gets down to the spring house. And that's when she realizes that Emma is locked in the house. Emma's like, oh my God, she got me locked in. But she was like, he's just playing, he's just playing a joke on me. But she was like, well, can you help me get out of here? Because she know her mama probably looking for her and tripping by now. So Vicky is trying to find a way to get her out. And of course, who come rolling up is Turner. He was like, what you doing here? And of course, he doesn't know how much she knows. So he ends up pushing her in the house. And now he got both of them in there. And that's when Emma realizes, okay, wait a minute. He not playing. There's really a serious situation here. But he's still playing her. He's still talking about something. We're going to run off. And she was like, Turner, you're being mean to me. Why are you being mean to me? And he was like, I'm sorry, baby. I'm just so stressed out. I'm ready. We got to go. We got to get out of here. But of course, he was trying to get him a big payday. But it doesn't seem to be working out that way. So he ends up tying up Vicky, putting her in the little basement of the spring house, child. And he ends up convincing Emma that they're going to run off together. Which, of course, he wouldn't date, child. But by this time, Angela got every cop between here and San Francisco, looking for Emma. So he can't really, they on foot, Emma don't have no car, child. At least not yet. They're on foot rolling around, and you got the police looking for them. They out running that night, So he was like, listen, we just going to have to wait till the morning. We're going to have to wait till daybreak because, the police are all out, and we ain't going to get nowhere on foot. Now, by this time, they realize Vicky's missing. So now Chase is out, Chase and Cole are out looking, and Cole was like, well, she said something about the spring house, and Chase was like, spring house? So now they looking at an old map, and they trying to drive around that night, and they were talking about how dark it was and how, how hard it was for them to get around because it's late at night and da-da-da-da-da. But, of course, they find the house, child. And Chase ends up finding Vicky. But they all decide that there's not going to be a whole lot they can do till the morning. It's so dark. And, so they let... I'm assuming they let Angela know. They didn't tell Angela beforehand, but once they found Vicky and Vicky let them know that Emma was with Turner and they had rolled out, they let Angela know. So, they were up all night and, of course, looking, and they never did find them. So that morning, with daybreak, they're all up at, the main house up there with Angela, honey. Angela in her house coat, child. They're up there with Angela. Oh, rewind. Let me put this in reverse. Rewind. When Emma, Vicky, and Turner are at the spring house, Emma lets it slip that Jason died twice. That he died at the winery and then the car crash. He gives a little information, and of course Turner is sitting there and he's looking at he's looking at Vicky, and he actually ends up like, you know, jerking Emma and like roughhousing Emma to get her to shut up, because of course he didn't do it on purpose, but he basically killed Jason. They were fighting, and he pushed Jason. Jason fell. He died. So he don't want Emma to say that part, but he said enough to let Vicky know that Jason didn't die in that car crash. Like, it's more to that story. So of course Vicky was like, so when she found her daddy, or when her daddy found her, I should say, she told her dad, listen, it's more, you know, Emma said something crazy about your dad and, you know, her father's death. You know, something went down with that. And, you know, Chase was like, listen, we can't deal with that now. You can tell me about it later. We got to get you back. Are you safe? Did he hurt you? Did he touch you? You know. So let me rewind. I'm sorry. So let's fast forward. We back at them looking for the house. I mean, they're back at the main house. So it's that morning. They're at the main house. And Turner decides, listen, we need a car. Now, of all people's car, who car he go to steal? Lance's. Now, you know Lance don't play with his car. And Emma even said, Lance don't let nobody drive his car. We can't take Lance's car. And Turner ended up slapping her and making her get in the car, right? And so, of course, now Emma was like, I think that slap is what finally did it. And Emma was like, she said, I changed my mind. I want to stay. Well, by that time, Turner was like, no, you can't stay, boo. And he made her get back in the car, and they took off. Well, of course, I mean, he hot-wired it. Of course, they hear the car engine start. Because, you know, Lance heard that car engine, and he knew it was his. And he came running out. So then they all jumped into Cole's Jeep. So now we got this race. Then you got a Corvette, a sports car. I guess it was a Corvette. Correct me if I'm wrong, child. I don't know. It was some sort of sports car, child. And you got this Jeep, and they chasing it. And then Angela go tell Charlie get the car. So now they chasing behind in a Mercedes limousine or a Rolls Royce limousine, whatever that is that Angela be riding around in, child. They all running through the damn wine country, okay? So as they're driving, Emma is flashing back on the whole thing. She's flashing back on everything that happened with Uncle Jason falling, you know, Turner pushing him, them putting Jason in the car, and Jason going over the cliff. And Emma was like, no, not again. We can't do this again. I don't want to do this again. And she ends up taking the car and yanking it. And they end up crashing. And of course, the car catches on fire, child. And by that time, Chase rolls up. Chase gets Emma out the car, and when they go back to get Turner, the car blows up. So Turner dead, Lance car. Now Lance was upset, but I think Lance was more upset that his car got blown up than anybody died. Okay, and they had what was funny was, honey, they had taken Emma and put Emma in the Jeep before they went to go run back to get Turner, honey. Charlie done got out that car, went picked Emma up, and took Emma to the limo, honey. So they get back to the house, and of course, you know, they're trying to get Emma all situated. And Emma once again is asking, where's Jason? Where's Jason? And Angela was like, you know, Jason is dead. And she was like, well, where's Turner? She was like, Turner died too, child. And then she mentioned that Turner got mad at her because she was like, well, what did you tell Vicky? Did you tell Vicky anything about Jason? And she was like, yeah, and Turner got really upset when I was talking about Uncle Jason. And she was like, what you tell her? And I want to say Emma said that she told her that Uncle Jason died twice, or that Uncle Jason died in the you know, the cellar or whatever. But she knows that Vicky knows some information Vicky don't need to know. And down to the house, Chase and Maggie are having a conversation. Maggie ain't pregnant, child. Yeah. Y'all know she wasn't pregnant. And Chase says, you know, I can't help but wonder what information about my dad died with Turner. And Maggie was like, well, would it make a difference? Like, no matter what he knows, would it make a difference? And he was like, well, I guess not. But what he doesn't know is that it will make a difference. The whole will changes if he can prove that there was some sort of foul play in the death of his father by the other heir, which would be Angela. And Angela, even though Angela didn't kill him, the fact that she covered up his death and staged a whole murder, a whole situation, a drunk driving situation, she did tamper. So it really would make a difference. And y'all hold on. We ain't done with the Jason story. But anyway. And then, of course, Angela is talking to Emma. Now, all this whole time, Emma is talking to Angela, talking about Uncle Jason dying twice. And, you know, the whole thing about him dying twice. Who at the door listening? Julia. Now, Julia is being nosy. Julia knows more to this story, and Julia is being very nosy about the situation. So, honey, we're going to see how this whole thing plays out. Y'all let me know. I know that I'm giving y'all two. That we did a Falcon Crest yesterday. Y'all got a Falcon Crest today. But it's all good. Because I'm going to tell you why. Because I'm watching them. Because I'm nosy. So now that I'm watching them, y'all going to get the reviews. Because I don't like watching a bunch of shows and then have to go back and remember what happened in what episode. So y'all going to get them as I watch them, okay? But y'all, I'm going to give some good comments, though. Y'all is really getting into these retro reviews. Y'all let me know. And shout out to my subscriber who is a part of a Falcon Crest group. I guess I'm assuming on Facebook. And she been posting my videos in the Falcon Crest group. And anybody that's watching this that's in the Falcon Crest group, shout out to you. Let yourself be known. Put it in the comments, y'all. And can y'all send a sister an invite? Because I'd like to be in the group. Anyway, talk to y'all later. Peace.